2 words for you: sexual health. I've got your attention now, don't I? Hey everyone, we are in gorgeous St. Louis. You can see the arch behind us, the gateway to the West. We are all about pioneering today because we're talking to Dr. Lawrence Hatchett, pioneer in longevity, sexual health, anti-aging. I cannot wait to pick your brain. But he's also a Harvard-trained urologic surgeon. Thank you for meeting with us today.
I am excited to meet you, excited to be here.
Good. So let's kick it off with, how does a urologic surgeon expand your business and practice into this like world of rejuvenation and wellness? How does that happen?
I have a saying, you have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
1000% I agree.
What that means is a lot of doctors get comfortable with being comfortable. They don't want to feel like they don't know something.
Yeah.
They also say is the more you know, the more you don't know.
True.
Because you're searching for answers. I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I want to learn more and not stop at one particular point.
We were just talking about that. I'm a forever learner, but I'm also a teacher, and you're a masterful storyteller and at heart a teacher, right? On top of doctor and trained and board certified and all of that. So I love that about you already, because I think when you enter this space as a doctor in the wellness world and you find out the untruths of that world and you expand your mind and you tune into your own spirit and your physical well-being, did you ever have that moment in your own life where you thought, okay, I'm hitting a place where I'm not feeling so great, and this is what I was taught, but I'm tuning into my own body now and I need to find some answers so that you could feel better? I mean, because you are the walking epitome. You're like the poster child for longevity. I mean, you have that youthful spirit. His skin, y'all, skin is amazing.
You can say, if you want, how old I am, if you wish.
Okay, 63?
63.
Can you believe?
Thank you.
He walks the talk.
And it started at age 40. I
Okay.
tell guys, I said, at age 40, things are going to change. It is going to start declining. What is that decline? My prowess was not the same. My physical body tone as well as my firmness. Then you start to lose that sense of confidence.
Confidence, right, yeah.
And I said, I think I'm starting to need some help. I'm 40, but I'm in good shape, but I don't know why, but I'm needing something here. So of course I stick to diet. I've been an athlete. I told you I was a college basketball player. I've tried to stay as an athlete, but sometimes your body inside still needs some help.
It's saying something else.
It's saying something else.
Right. And I love that, because women, it's the same thing. When I hit 40, actually 38, and that's why I'm really being a spokesperson and an advocate for women's health, because perimenopause and all of those things are happening earlier. And I wish I would have had someone kind of pioneer to teach me, but obviously my path was very similar. You had to go through it, go through it, something like that. So you can teach it. So what was the first step that you took?
It started with testosterone, and then later on, of course, the blue pills came out.
Yeah.
And other yellow pills and other pills came out. And I started realizing, I think I may need them. It's nice to be a doctor, to come in to a patient and you walk in and you go, I get it.
Yes.
Because I'm you. I take medication myself. They go, you do, doc? I go, yes. It changes the whole mood in the room right there to admit that I'm human. I'm a doctor, but I'm human.
Well, that's what I love about your philosophy and being a learner and going through it yourself, is that a lot of doctors do. It's like, I'm invincible.
Yes.
We are physical beings, and things age, and the oxidation process and the cellular degeneration. So I love that you can meet each patient at their level, where they are. Meet them where they are. Say, I know how you feel, instead of just, here's a script, here's a Band-Aid, on your way. So the holistic approach is what I'm hearing.
Something that God puts into my brain, I don't know where it came from, but then when Viagra first came out, I was approached by Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, and they said, we hear that you're a good speaker. At the time, I lived in Tallahassee, Florida. I was off the grid. Like, Tallahassee, Florida's not like living in New York or Chicago. And then I started going not to urology talks. I started going to cardiovascular talks, cardiology talks. And then all of a sudden I started to click. There seems to be an association with what we call endothelial dysfunction and erectile dysfunction.
Oh.
That means that the oxidation process, the inflammatory process, those damage our blood vessels. So we are now saying, well, we need antioxidants, we need anti-inflammatories. And that's where testosterone came into play. Testosterone is what? Everybody just thinks it's this. It increases vascular blood flow. It vasodilates.
Learned something new today.
Yeah, so that's why
I did not know that.
testosterone is cardioprotective.
Wow.
And so for people say, I heard testosterone is dangerous, I said, actually, studies show that men who live with a low testosterone have a higher incidence of dying of cardiovascular death, and also have a higher incidence of dying of other comorbidities such as type 2 diabetes, obesity, that insulin resistance.
Wow.
So testosterone, not only is it a
Mind-blowing.
vasodilator, it's an anti-inflammatory. And what happens with blood vessels? It's the inflammatory process in that blood vessel that causes the atherosclerosis. So testosterone is a good thing. Where does it get a bad name? It gets a bad name because the clinics that abuse it, they don't check the levels. They let people get so high, or they have patients come in saying, I want to be a testosterone level not 1,000. I want you to push me at 2,000. And because the competition in certain places like Miami, where you have to look great,
Yeah.
I've seen clinics that they will push levels up as high as people want to go, and that's where it gets a bad name.
Well, this is why I respect you so much, because being on the other side, a doctor saying this. So when I was 45 and a Mack truck hit me, so it started at late 30s, early 40s, and then at 45, it literally was, I can't get out of bed, I can't think straight, sex, what is that, I don't want it. And I went that route and was flooded with so much testosterone. My levels were not checked. I was miserable. I got the whiskers, I got the back. I'd never had a pimple on my back before. I got back acne, all of this stuff. So I immediately, I think I got 3 rounds of pellets and immediately said, no more. This is not for me. I feel awful. I don't feel myself. And then, again, you go through it, the contrast.
Yes.
I'm glad that happened, because now I'm doing it with the right providers that do check my levels, and I feel like TIF 2.0.